Dr. Driscoll, if I had Cloud Meadow. Now this game, I went onto the Patreon, and if you look on their Patreon, you can see that they are in need of developers. You are also in need of game designers, because the direction you are going is horrible.
Oh, okay, goddamn.
I said it was going to be one of the greatest games, just period, because it's not just, you know, a hentai game. It's actually a pretty good RPG game. It looks nice, it plays nice, but god damn, there's a couple things that are wrong with it that I can go ahead and just get right into it. So I want to go ahead and state a couple things real quick. First things first, I played this and I try to record using Fraps, and I mean it works. Fraps works obviously, but it slows your game down quite a bit. Even when I had it on 30 frames per second, it still slowed it down significantly. But there's a couple things I didn't notice going into beta 0.1.2.4. Okay, what you're looking at right now is a market full of people or whatever. I didn't know it got this detailed beforehand. I just didn't know. They added quite a bit of stuff to it, which is fine. This is cool. This is great. First things first, I wanted to talk about is the isometric view. I know a couple games do it, but this is the worst example of it. I don't care what no one says. This is not a good isometric view, like game play style, because it just don't feel good. It could be the motions, the whatever. I do not, and this is like I said, I personally would not ever go with isometric. I looked up some isometric games, and the only ones are typically like tactical games. There's a few that play this way, but most games usually have the isometric view when you're turning the camera in a pixelated game that's already like top down. That is the only time they decide to do isometric. So I don't know why this style, it just don't feel good. Especially the other thing is, if you're gonna do isometric, I feel like you should still do 8D, which is 8 directional movements. This, as you just seen, still only utilizes 4. As you see, like if I were to just move up, I move diagonally, or I look like I'm moving the wrong way. You know what I mean? You should still always have, especially, I think that may be it. In this particular game, the 8D movement still needs to be a thing, especially because it's not snapped to any grid, and I can freely move about. This is another real reason why isometric is bad. So when you're on your farm, this little GUI comes up, or when you're near, I guess, plots. But look at this. Look at this fucking mess. What the fuck is this? These are obvious. This one's obvious. Is this a hole? Oh my god. This is where you would take some ideas from Stardew Valley, because this makes no sense. These plots are all over the fucking place, one, and I understand it's because your farm's a mess, but Jesus Christ, still, even when it's like this is where that square movement would have came in handy. If you were playing actual like isometric or whatever, they would be diamonds or whatever, but this is a plot, this is a plot, this is a plot, this is a plot, so forth and so on. This would need square or diamond snapping. So this is why isometric is bad right here. Especially when you're doing a game like this. This would be unique if there was just some kind of snapping to it. All right, another thing, let me go ahead and show you this. So I talked about so all this is Stardew Valley-esque, obviously. This right here is stupid, very stupid. This is not a good idea. Dungeon reset, and essentially when you go into a dungeon, monsters are idle. They don't move, but you see them in a group. So I'm gonna go and show you what that looks like. Or I probably have to wait one more day for the fucking dungeon to reset. Let's see. Yeah, I have to get out of here. There's no creatures around. I have to wait till the dungeon resets, which is a very stupid thing to do. Stardew Valley, there are monsters everywhere that spawn randomly. That is the only way to do an RPG game. for the specific reason of this, unless it is like Divinity Original Sin. Also, I came in and I went directly to the 3rd floor. Someone explain to me how the fuck that happened. Yeah, there's no footsteps, there's no sound when you're talking. I can't see behind this guy's head. It's like one sound plays the whole time. That's bad. No ambience, no anything. So Theo, I can understand coming with you, but not anyone else. Like, I don't understand why any of the shopkeepers or shit would want to come with you. Like, wouldn't it be best if you just leveled up your monsters like that would be the idea of the game? You can have literally monsters of some of the people you already found. That's personally what I would do. It just makes more sense that way. Jesus Christ. I personally would add auto transitions when you get to a certain point, because that just seems like the smarter thing to do. But okay, so as you notice, those guys weren't in there. The Heartless weren't there before, now they're back. So now we walk into them, we should be able to fight them. Dear God, this is a bad way to do an RPG, that I have to wait a whole week. Like, I can understand maybe for like plants and stuff to come back or something, but not for monsters. That's just the worst. The battle is what's saving this game. Like I said, it's technically like a mobile RPG style of fighting, but I mean, there's some really unique things in each guy's character or like every person's gameplay or whatever not. This is your UI up here, okay? Your UI, I don't understand why this is a thing. Why this hefty thing is like this. Why are these so big? That's fine, but this is unnecessary, especially when you have, you'll go into a dungeon and have like 4 people with you, like you and 3 other people. So just seeing your life doesn't necessarily help. This is your stats menu, basic stuff, I guess, because you don't really have much to equip, which, okay. That took a little too long to load, especially for this weak ass UI. Like, it's too limited to have that long of a load. Wouldn't the idea be to like upgrade my like Pokemons, since that's technically what they are? My monsters that I have, which by the way, this is a monster vendor, and I can buy several different monsters from him. I don't know what they're trying to do, but the opening definitely needs some work, and especially what you're trying to show would have definitely helped if there was a better opening, or if there was some kind of designer doing it better, because the opening doesn't help this game at all. You don't take any of the monsters. I mean, you can, I guess, but most people, I would imagine, wouldn't, because you have some very unique heroes you can take with you. You know what I mean? Like, if they could join your quest every once in a while or something, that'd be fine. But the fact that you just neglect your monsters that you have on your farm, when you could be leveling them up or something, you could be helping them out. This game has some weird things going on with it. That's honestly all I got for it. When the game actually has a lot of promise. I bought it because I knew it had a lot of promise. I do want to fund you guys, help you guys, but damn, you need a better game designer, honestly, for real. Just the rest of the shit you're doing is down the wrong path. But that's it. That's if I had Cloud Meadow, and I don't even know what else to say.